How should I start this? Well, those who play Bloons TD Battles 2 probably know that Tack shooters and Dartling gunners are quite good towers, but there isn't a single video on how to actually use them properly. So I'ma change that and just briefly explain how to utilize them properly and their best paths. Our map is going to be Bloontonium Mines, which can allow us to effectively demonstrate the Tack and Dartling strengths due to its tight corners and straight lines. We'll go with Churchill since he is pretty good in straight lines and has a high DPS. We'll also take Wizard because of its cheap camo detection and anti-early to mid-game rush capabilities. We've started off with the Tack shooter. In the early game rounds you really want to go for the blade shooter upgrade in the middle path because of how many Bloons it can pop per volley, and it's really cheap price. Gonna have to break the middle obstacle because that's a pretty good spot for Churchill there. Tried to get him down by round 3 but failed miserably. Churchill is really good there because it can shoot in 2 straight lines, down both the natural and play ascent Bloons paths. Really effective. Set it to last to get maximum pierce. Their Bloons are pushing a bit, so let's go for the top path's faster shooting upgrades. Faster shooting is better than more blades because overall the amount of blades per minute is higher, 571 to 514 at tier 2. If you got your hero down at round 4, it's a good idea to up it to level 2 on round 5. It's only $20. Just internally debating whether to go for even faster shooting or a Dartling gunner because of their spaced white eco, which is pushing. Didn't have enough money, so faster shooting it is. Now that they've started ecoing with spaced blacks, we'll go for a Wizard to help out, because Churchill can't pop blacks without his ability. We'll stop ecoing for a bit so we can get camo detection, since our opponent's Agent Jericho's Bloon adjustment ability will be kicking in soon. Basically it buffs random Bloons with camo, which is really annoying. Right now we don't have any camo detection, so that's what Wizard is for. We've got Wall of Fire as well now since we've started to leak. Try to get it in the intersection so it can pop both natural and play ascent Bloons. Since Bloons are still getting through, let's get Shimmer so it can decamo Bloons for other towers to pop. We'll now start saving up for the Necromancer upgrade so it can reanimate popped Bloons to fight for us. It's really good with smaller rushes. Here with this natural pink Bloon rush you can really see how Churchill excels in straight lines. We're now going for a Dartling gunner to eventually become a plasma accelerator. To try to get it to fire right down the first straight, we'll place it just on top of the minecart. Go back and watch me trace the straight path if you don't understand. Plasma accelerator is the 4th tier of the top path. It shoots a straight beam of plasma, so it's really effective in straight lines. We can't get it yet since it's a bit expensive, so we'll stay on tier 3, laser cannon, for now. I'll put set target since I can't be asked to constantly change its direction. With Churchill it pretty much annihilates all the weaker natural Bloons, but now it's round 20, we've got a Moab coming. Let's place an extra Dartling just in case. This will eventually be our Hydra rocket pods and then MAD. For those of you who don't know, MAD stands for Moab Assured Destroyer. In BTDB2. We've now got HRP, so we should be chilling for a while. Go for the focused firing upgrade since on this straight it's pretty good. Plus, a general rule on all maps, without focused firing it misses a lot of its shots. We'll aim it towards the start to help out. Our opponent has stopped ecoing. Massive mistake. This early you won't have that much income yet. Let's showcase the third path's 3rd tier of the Tack shooter, Overdrive. Personally, I think this is the best value for money upgrade path on the Tack. Place it on a tight corner and go for the top tier's first 2 upgrades. Overdrive and its successor, the Tack Zone, are really good against Moab class Bloons because of how fast they attack and Moab's short speeds. This allows them to shred them as they come by. It is also generally good for cleanup and so is a great all-rounder. However, it fails against camo Bloons and leads due to its inability to pop them. You can see how easily the fortified Moab got popped down as it came by. A number of tears appeared in it in just 3 seconds, showing how much DPS it churns out. This is balanced by its rather short range. In the middle I'm setting up a middle path tack shooter. Its 4th upgrade is Blade Maelstrom, and like all middle paths it is an ability. When used, for 3 seconds, it distributes 2 waves of blades in a clockwise motion. The sheer amount of blades makes it very good for defending against masses of weaker Bloons or when you're being overrun. Its successor, Super Maelstrom, is even more powerful and, for 9 seconds, distributes 4 waves of higher damage blades in a clockwise direction. These Bloons can pop lead, unlike lower tiers and Path 3. It's good to place this in a central area of the map to get even distribution of the blades. The map's winding structure really helps here. We've now got a plasma accelerator, and you can now see what I meant by having it fire down a straight line. It easily pops the weaker Bloons quickly and multiple at once. It's quite satisfying, really, how it shreds so easily. Since I'm pretty much just chilling right now, I'll get a top-tier tack shooter path to showcase. This is generally my least favorite path since the lower tiers aren't very good, with it only starting to become effective at tier 4. However, at this stage you should probably just get an overdrive instead, which is why this isn't used that often. Furthermore, its tier 5 upgrade is really expensive, $45,000, which is about 2 maxed bottom paths or 3 maxed top paths. However, its advantages are that it can pop lead Bloons and has camo detection at tier 5. However, if this is the only camo detection you've got, you're pretty much screwed. It is also pretty good with crowds of Bloons. Overall, I'd say that you should only get this path if you really have to, or if you just have too much money. Nice bit of cleanup of the ceramics there by the Maelstrom. We are getting pushed quite a bit by the natural Bloons. Let's see if we can defend. I am going to have to use my Rocket Storm. Since a lot more are also coming, I use Churchill's second ability, Moab Barrage. It is super effective at dealing with Moabs and is a great defense against multiple. Did you see how quickly they all get popped down because of Churchill? Since our abilities are cooling down to prevent another emergency, we'll get the Tack Zone. I've upgraded the second one since Tack Zone also gives a small range boost. Trust me when I tell you, this thing shreds. Anything lower than a DDT is easy claps for this thing. As we're kinda rich right now, we'll get our MAD. It is super OP and is great with dealing with, like its name says, Moabs. OMDs, are they rushing us right now? Oh my God! As soon as we've got our MAD? Bro, you messed up. This guy's only rushing with base Moabs, SMH. They get one shot by the MAD, lol. You see how OP this thing and its ability was? That was so easy. After our easy dubs, this guy must be depressed right now. Got enough money, so here's the final tier of the middle path, Super. Same as the previous tier, but with better everything, pierce, number, duration, etc. Just checking how many pops each tower has. So far our Tack Zone and MAD have the most, at around 32k each. Just shows how OP they are. Here's a chance to show what I mean by only get the top tier if you really need it. They're sending us some fortified regen leads, which the Overdrive and TZ can't pop. Time for the Inferno Ring. Finally. If you do get it, go for the bottom path as support since it increases its damage. Now they're all getting spawn killed. Since we're nearing round 40 and I'm on the life disadvantage, I've got to kill him. Let's test their defenses with 3 fortified DDTs. They've defended, barely. They needed an ability and a tower boost? Just shows how you can't upgrade when you have low eco. I'm going to wait for their Phoenix to despawn so I can send him my true rush. His meager defenses stand no chance against 15 DDTs with a speed boost. And there you have it people, an easy win. GG's all round, and they're sending us 1-2, good man. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and share. What do you even do with likes?